My name is John Sutherland. That's Sutherland, like Donald and Kiefer, my brothers. I live at 51 Shadow Oak Drive. I live on the south side of Sudbury. I'm not a direct abutter, but my neighbors are abutters to the substation and to 115K transmission lines that are already in Sudbury. I'd like you all to bear with me for a few minutes. This is going to be just a skosh longer if I could beg for your permission. 7 years ago, my wife died from Lou Gehrig's disease. During that time, we were fighting the disease. There were hundreds of people in this community helping my family in one way or another. Over 60 women were bringing meals to my home, to one house, so I could care for my dying wife. During that time, Eversource repeatedly tried to shut off my power, totally disrespecting the enormous cost of care we endured. If you watch Mr. Frady's beg for his son on Channel 5 2 nights ago, $3,000 a day, ladies and gentlemen, $3,000 a day to keep an ALS patient alive. And Eversource wanted to cut my power. That is how I came to know Eversource was a bad neighbor. Unlike Eversource, the compassion and caring for fellow citizens in this town is truly remarkable. Whenever there's a loss or a hardship, we rally. To have one homeowner disrupted by Eversource is a problem for all of us. Over the last 15 years, I've watched this company willfully destroy property and be a bad neighbor in South Sudbury. Just ask the residents, unfortunately, who couldn't be here tonight, like Stan Kaplan, who led the effort in South Sudbury against Eversource, and so many others on Victoria Road and Stock Farm that already abut the existing transmission lines. The problem of Eversource and its predecessors, like NSTAR, is well documented in the history of our town. Willfully destroying property without notice. Now they want to build across the entire town and be exempt from all our bylaws? This is outrageous. This isn't just a concern, this is an outrage. To have 300 or more homeowners affected directly is not an abutter issue again, it's a community issue. And I'm standing up tonight to say again, one home is unacceptable. 300 homes is a disgrace, not to mention the conservation land that we're talking about destroying. I would argue the impact is far greater. With a background in broadcasting and deep technical knowledge of electromagnetic radiation from building massive broadcast towers in Silicon Valley and in the Boston area, I can tell you the science is mixed at best. Some say these type of lines are already under Concord Road and the Texas pipeline is already here. I don't know. But I do know that kids don't play in those streets. They don't play on Route 20. But they do play in hundreds of backyards to be affected by this project. And if it were to move forward, and leukemia in children is a risk. This is not fear-mongering, it is a risk that has been associated with a small number of cases of exposure to electromagnetic radiation. Again, one home, one cancer case, one family is too many. Why on earth would we want to allow a greedy, dishonest corporation to bring hazmat teams to Sudbury while they dig up creosote-covered rail ties and disrupt soil where arsenic was used? Read the protocol that already exists for disrupting the rail ties. This is not fear-mongering. It's published by the state as a protocol, and we want to do it on purpose? There is no data on the, there is new data on the Monsanto chemicals that Eversource plans to use, and the cancer risk is becoming more and more clear every day. Many of the clear-cut areas will be in plain view for everyone in town to see. And the courts of the Commonwealth have already upheld this is reason enough to stop a project. Just aesthetics, the Supreme Court of the state has said it's not okay. And yet we have profound reasons why this project shouldn't move forward. All this talk of a bike path, please. We can't allow a utility company to sell us this bill of goods when in reality it's going to be a gravel walkway over an unneeded transmission line. We don't need that. We have no interest in Eversource to destroy our land for this. We want to preserve our wetlands, preserve our conservation areas from unnecessary disruption. Are they not under charter? Where is home rule? We the people, the entire community of Sudbury, does not want this. We are done with Eversource lying and using alternative facts. It's tough enough we have to turn on the TV and watch this, but we are not going to watch this here in Sudbury, Massachusetts. So we're going to fight this today, we're going to fight it tomorrow, and we will never allow a flawed need and a third-rate payoff to be made to the MBTA for $9 million so this project can move forward and destroy one of the most historic communities in the entire state. May I remind you the zip code here is 01776. This is the birthplace of America. This is a historic, pristine community, and we are not going to let this utility destroy it. It is absurd. The fact that the DCR is controlling energy and recreation has endorsed this, that is disgraceful. So many of us moved here for rural character and pristine, undisturbed land, the quality of our schools. The destruction in property values alone will wreck these schools. But this issue goes much deeper than saving a few trees and the alleged self-interest of a small number of our citizens. It's a community concern. I say not overhead, not underground, not anywhere in Sudbury. As appointed officials, we are asking you to step up right now. Step up, stand up, and say no. We're going to campaign endlessly to fight this and ensure that our government supports the rights of the people of Sudbury to make a choice, and we choose no. Thank you very much.